I've got to find.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.
Victorious 89.1.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind. Well, greetings. How is each and every one doing? Hoping that you all are having a fantabulously fabuloso day. Man, it is the 16th of the month already. We're almost like halfway through the month. Well, we are halfway through the month of a new year already. I'm telling you, time is just flying. It's just not waiting on anyone at all. So, greeting. We just want to thank each and everyone for joining us this evening here on Reasoning Thursdays. Have lots of hot topics, lots of hot reasoning topics. LA burning. Well, the incoming cabinet, Biden executive package, Trump's relations with China. We have that on the list. We also have family protests and what you think about I want to know your opinion on that one. And why Michelle Obama is not going to attend the inauguration. And also we have Jamaica jackets, the respective favorite topic right here. All right. So as we dive right into it, Mama Acid should be joining us in regards to some of our political talk that we're going to be doing there. How are you all doing? Queen, blessings, the respect, blessings. How you do? You play cat and mouse.
Adam man say him show him face for a minute, then yeah, right?
Huh? We stick it in and stick it out, huh? Man,
He
and
must
I just woke up.
you just woke up. We have a garage of hats. We have a garage of hats there. Greetings, Don. Blessings to you. Don says blessings, everyone. Greetings
yes.
to each and everyone that is listening via our telephone lines. We want to say big shouts to you at 667-930-9036. Also on our website at www.dapowerhouseradio.com. Massive shouts to you. To our Zenos and our Shockheads and our tuning apps, folks, we want to say massive shouts to you as well. For You Choose Radio, want to say big massive shouts to you, DJ VJ Smile and Ross Dougal. Massive shouts go out to you all as well. And the victorious 89.1 FM, linking the community to the Caribbean. Yeah. Want to say big shouts to you as well. But Queen, what is going? How you doing? You looking
I'm
fantastic, fabulous.
I'm telling you, you know what, lady?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I'm awesome. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to see another year, another week. I mean, I want to shout out Michelle. Michelle takes care of me, and let me tell you something. She is the best, and I just want to
All right.
shout her out this evening. But honey, everything's been going good, folks. We have some topics. I'm telling you, so much things going on. That man is a mess, and he still continues to be a mess. So tune in. Remember, call your friends, call your neighbors, call your family members, whoever, and just tell them to tune in to our Reasoning Thursday. It's gonna be awesome.
All
I
right.
want to know how Michelle take care of you.
She takes care of me. I mean, she clean. My house is always sparkling clean. She feeds me, make my dinner. She takes care of me.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
I grew up in
That's my sweet niece. That's my gorgeous niece.
back then. You let him know. You let him know. So the respect of what's going on with you.
Hey, Mr. Man, just wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up,
I
Sniper.
just woke up.
Wake up. But you just wake up with a hat on your head and glasses.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see my gray hair then. I was gonna die red like you.
Yeah. We know so you don't hold the respect us, so it don't matter. So we
But
expect
he
great
look kind of red. But look, he's
No,
peeking
it's
out and
funny
he look
looking.
kind of red. What's that red thing on top?
My
in
hair.
in old man he must have his teeth in our
Yeah,
stuff.
I get old, you know?
He must he must have his teeth in or something. Go down.
What? What's that?
Cause you're preaching old. You're preaching old. You say you're old, so you don't want to show your gray hair. So you're showing your head though, but you don't want to show your gray. So you don't show the rest of your face. So I said to Queen that you must have your teeth in.
What can I disrespect that? Yeah, do it. Huh?
Is that a hat or is that your hair?
What's
Why
a
is that?
disrespect?
Why is
Is
that?
that a hat?
Why
Hmm.
is that
Is
this?
that a Kofi? That looks like a Kofi. Is that a
Yeah,
Kofi?
now go back on my bed.
Oh man, blessings, blessings, respected blessings to you, Queen. I'm telling you, we're just gonna dive right in there. We're gonna dive right in there. For all the listeners listening, we want to say massive shouts all around the world. Want to say massive shouts go out to you all once again. Um, there was a topic that an individual from Atlanta sent to me, and I've noticed that it's going on with squatters and with, I guess, persons living in hotels and not being able to pay for them, and or extended stay places and stuff like that. So Joan sent this comment into me, and well, to us on Reasoning Thursdays, and she just wanted to know our quick opinion on it. So I told her we'll touch it very briefly. I emailed her and let her know that we'll touch it very briefly. So pick up yourself, Joan. Um, there was a family that was in, I guess, a motel or something to that effect. And the family, it was getting ready to snow. It was the time of the snow here in Atlanta. And the family could not afford to pay the the extended stay fee. So they the I guess the owners of the extended stay put them out, and the community officials and a lot of those persons came to the hotel, and they were standing in front of the hotel and was protesting that the extended stay should let them stay there, especially with its snowing and stuff. So her opinion was that she feel that they could have let them stay, but then again, she understands the stance that the extended stay facility had to take. So, what would be your thought if someone? What would you be? What would be your thought on
persons who rent a room or rent a hotel room or an extended stay room, and they cannot pay for their room. And in inclement weather, do you feel that these extended stays or hotels or Airbnbs or any of those places that are, landlords that has eviction for persons, do you feel that they, because of the inclement weather, that they should have these persons to stay in those in their establishments? What's your thought on it? The Respecter. Let Mr. The Respecter speak first. The Respecter. I think he went back to sleep. So
I don't know.
Queens,
He peeking out. I see him peeking out there.
I don't see.
Anyway,
Well, go ahead, Queen.
um, really and truly,
I'm gonna cut him
it
off.
depends. It depends. It
Okay.
depends on what type of storm it is. It depends on if they're small children, and it depends on how long the duration of them hoeing me would be. So I would give them maybe a little time to come up with the money, because I know sometimes it's hard, and a week or so is okay. I think would be okay, because when you have a hotel or a big business like that, then you generate funds, because sometimes they overcharge people. Sometimes but they're getting just a minute, please. Sometimes they get you know money on the side that maybe someone might have canceled and not returned, so they have that extra cash. So I think they should give they should have given those individual a chance to see if they could come up with the money, and not just put them out immediately because they didn't pay. You know, especially in a storm, or whether it's a snowstorm or water rainstorm, whatever it is. When you have small children, I could see if it was grown folks, then I would let them go find somewhere. But if children are involved, then I would be more, have more empathy on them.
Okay. The Respecter.
Some people have no love whatsoever, no love, no care, and they don't think those things can happen to them. It don't take much for one of us to wake up in a bad position. It's just evil. Some people have no heart whatsoever. They don't believe in assisting, helping.
Okay.
Especially in a storm, the likelihood is that maybe you might not even rent that place during that duration of time. You know what I mean? Because usually people shelter down before the storm. So it's sad that they wouldn't let them stay or work something out with that family.
Okay.
And
Um,
why couldn't they call the Red Cross and Blue Shield or one of those agencies? Why they couldn't search for some assistance for those people?
Mm, mm, mm.
Call a church. Do
okay.
something
All
to
right.
assist them.
All right. Well, I'm going to. I guess I'm going to be the one on the fence because I always have to be the one on the fence. Okay. Because as a business owner, also as a human, um, I have to be on the fence with both because this was, and I think I sent both of you the story. This was where, when I read through the entire story, I just gave somewhat of a synopsis of it to the listening audience. But they've been there, they haven't been paying, they let them know that they have to go. Okay, so they haven't paid. And where when you're talking about running a business, I understand all this human business and feeling business, but you have bills to pay. And my other thought is when these commissioners and these folks are all out there protesting and walking up and down in front of the facility because this person may have called them or whatever, why didn't they take them into their house?
Exactly.
What happened to what happened to the government? What happened to them providing um, safe shelter for these individuals? Everyone is a step possibly away from maybe being in a situation like that. Yes, but you this person have three kids. The wife is pregnant. This person is not working. He's staying in extended care. Don't pay his his rent because he can't afford it. He doesn't have a job. When do these owners become the responsible party for those individuals? You have
They
a
don't.
you
They
have
don't, lady.
you laid down. Your wife is pregnant again now, and so why people why persons is it so hard to go and flip a burger to make up?
Well, lady, you have these group of people that was brought up on welfare, and they always depend on that handout, that welfare
Yeah,
handout,
make
which
us
which in terms, I'm saying, not in terms of the government, but one given to them. You have people like that
yeah, but
where they,
that makes me responsible for these people
yeah.
stay in my house.
You
Now,
know,
where I come from, I'm gonna let you go the respecter. But where I'm coming from with this as well is with this even COVID situation that had happened. There were so many. I'm gonna touch two of them, two examples, and then go over to you the respecter. When this big C situation had taken place, they put into law that persons could not be evicted out of those homes that they were.
Hmm. I remember.
Yet
Hmm.
landlords such as myself had to continue to pay our mortgage companies. Where are we getting the money to have to continue to pay our the mortgage companies? And then a lot of these people could have paid their rents and they chose not to. I know several persons who went got nails done, hair done, da 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 da, ratatata, and did not pay their rent until after the ban was lifted.
They're
And
gigolos.
then they were so many months behind that they couldn't
Mm,
even get caught up. So they had to be
they're
evicted
gigolos.
anyway.
Mm.
Then you have the squatters who come and squat to see people house vacant, looking to get ready to rent, and then they move in, and they have squatters law. And there's so many of these situations that are happening. When does why are we homeowners, our business owners, having to be punished for persons who don't want to go out there and do two or three jobs, but yet is sitting in your home and having three and four and five children, and you all are sitting there receiving whatever governmental subsidies and not using it the way that you are supposed to use it, but you don't have a problem with go buying a bag of weed. I mean, go doing your nails, go doing your hair, you know, buying new clothes, but yet I have to suffer for that because I have to find that $1,700 a month to still give this mortgage company. I still have a hotel that I have to pay for the light, the gas, the water, the everything that you are in there using. So it's not about being inhumane, I don't feel. It's business. Because you can't tell the mortgage company these people are on your premises and they won't move. They don't give a rat's ass about that. They want their money. So
Well, you see, I'm not looking at it in such a long term, situation. I
doesn't
wasn't even, I wasn't even basing my answer
but before
on
you
that
argue,
article. I was just saying
before
in general,
but
you
before you
know, if
even
the,
went, the respecter was to chime in. Chime in the
mm,
respecter and then you go queen.
okay.
No, everything you're saying is on point. It's just a sad situation.
Hmm.
For me now, I would find some kind of way to call somebody, an agency, and tell them what's going on with that family, see if they can help. I'll try to find a way to draw some light or get a phone number, give to them, so they can make the phone calls
Yeah.
and try to seek help.
Well, this man sat there how many months in the story, and I sent and I did share it with you, Queen. In the
Yeah,
story,
you did,
sat there
and
how many months not working, but
yeah.
yet you have three children, a pregnant wife, and you're sitting there and expect for me to take care of you. There's a lady had her home empty looking to rent it, and when she goes, they're squatters and they arrested her for going trying to get into her own home. When is it
Well,
going to stop? Why is it our responsibility?
it is not your responsibility or any of us responsibility.
Okay.
I was a homeowner also, and like I said, you don't want that to happen, because if something like that happened, like you said, you end up losing your home, if you can't pay your mortgage. But the thing is that when you do rent out, you rent out accordingly to your mortgage payments or what have you, or what you have planned, in your life with that extra income. So we understand, but I'm not talking about it on a small scale. I'm talking about it on a large scale, as a large hotel or what have you. And I'm not saying it on a long term stay either. I'm saying to it where if there's a storm, an emergency, um even that fire in that's going on in California. I mean, we're gonna hit it later on, but even that, there are people that do not. I'm not talking about the ones up on the hill, but there are people, local people, who cannot afford because they lost everything they have,
Friend,
and most of them were living from paycheck to paycheck,
Queenie,
you
that's
know. So if there's an hotel that can accommodate them for a couple of days or what have you, then, I, as an individual who cares about people, I wouldn't mind doing that, because that's not even a month's mortgage. That's a week or two worth of funds. So, if I could do that, having a large hotel or what have you, I would do it.
well, that is why a lot of hotels gone bankrupt because of persons being in their establishments and not paying.
So what about the home insurance?
If you have a, if you have an emergency, such as you said, I understand, but then how long? Do you know
That's
how
what I said.
you are paying? If
Duration of the
you are
time,
paying
yeah.
for 1,700, I know persons right now paying over 2,000, $23,000 for their mortgage, and people
Mm.
are in their house. Imagine what the cost is for a hotel. How much more? How much money they have to chump up every month to pay their hotel. That's why they rent it out by rooms so that they can make up their money.
And some of it is greed too,
Oh,
lady.
boy,
Nowadays, it's price gouging and greed.
yeah,
It's
there's
not
a lot of
innocent.
price.
It's not in, yeah. A lot of that, those hotels and those places, they are greedy and they already are overcharging and what have you. So give back something to society. Come on now. I'm not talking about the little small business man. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about these large hotels, these large establishment inn. They call them Days Inn or what have you. There's one on Memorial Drive. That place is always packed. Come on now, it's a day extended stay or what have you. That place always look packed over there. They make money.
Because
Come on now.
my place is packed, I'm supposed to let one or two or three or four or five or six or seven, and how many people might be in there that is packed, and
They already getting that government money. That
they're not
where they
paying.
get the money right off the bat. Them people, honey, get the money right off the bat from the government because most of these people get help from the government,
That's
and
untrue.
they
You're talking
pay
about
directly to the hotel establishment.
you're talking Section 8, and Section 8 has to do with housing.
No,
They
I'm
don't
not talking about Section 8, lady. I'm talking about extended stay.
extended stay don't get no government assistance.
The people who are homeless and what have you, and they go through these facts, they get a stipend for a hotel stay for X amount of days, and
Okay,
it usually goes straight directly to the hotel and not to the individual.
they and the hotel can put them out.
They can't put them out. I'm just saying that there's a lot of them getting these money.
And
I'm just saying, all I'm saying, lady, is that there's a lot of these hotels that have money and get money illegally, so they can put somebody up for a day or two. That's what I'm saying.
illegally, I don't know about that. But what I'm
Some of
saying,
them, yeah,
if they
man. Some
are
of them
getting
will do
government
that.
subsidies, if they are getting government subsidies, okay, and it's going to the hotel, then they can't put them out. And sometimes when they get government subsidy, it's not paying the full amount. Okay,
No, but lady, I'm just
I
saying
know
that they're already getting a lot of money. So come on, they can put two people that are homeless up. You
Queen.
can give two people a chance if they have nowhere to go. Give them
But
a
the
chance.
side where can't say anything until you are in that position. Okay?
Right.
When you have a whole bunch of folks in your place and they are not paying you, and if you have 30 people whom are paying you that cannot suffice for the bills that are coming in their mortgage, light, gas, then they cannot afford. For the ones who can, all these five stars and all of these other places, maybe they can. Okay? But still, the time you're coming and protesting at my establishment, why don't you take them in? You get up and take them. Okay? Yes, we can be human about certain things. If you says a home has been burnt down and they're getting assistance from the Red Cross, who who knows if an arrangement have not already been made by a Red Cross and someone else could want to give assistance. Where are the family members? Where are the family members to take in their loved ones?
Some don't have none. Some have none, mama.
And
Some don't have any.
some
Some
of
don't
them
have any.
blended in.
Well, I'm sorry if I sound insensitive to the matter, but who feels it knows it.
But
So
it's not insensitive. I understand where you're coming from, but you see, you're thinking of it in like a private home or what have you. I'm thinking of it on a large scale
I just no,
where you have an establishment like this was
no,
a hotel, like
don't
this was a hotel, it wasn't a private home, and this was a hotel, and I didn't really go into the clip that much to really see how long they were there and what was the circumstances why they were there. I did not, so I can't comment on that part. But I'm just comment on it from a humanitarian level and looking at it. Whereas I would say, if it's an emergency, if there's a storm, okay, an
you not
emergency, and you have small children, then
did
I think you could put someone up for a week or
did you
two.
not hear what I said?
I
Mm-hmm.
said these people were living in this hotel and they were not paying their
Well, that's a different situation.
they
I
were
thought it was a
asked,
storm or
they were
something. Yeah.
evicted and actually
Yeah.
evicted, meaning that it took a minute for them to be evicted because you have to go through the proper court proceedings for this to
Yeah.
take place. Because the
I
storm,
know. I had one in my house like that. I know. I
because the
know what you
storm
said.
is
Yeah.
coming,
And I
now
couldn't put them out. Yeah.
you want me
Mm-hmm.
to X out the eviction. So therefore, I have to start the process all over again. And then all of you are coming in front of my establishment protesting. Why don't you take them?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you take them? I have had them already. They have a huge bill. They have a bill already. You want me to get more bill? Why don't you take them?
It's unfair to the business.
It's unfair to the business. I don't care
Yeah.
how big, I don't care how small, I don't care what profit. It's my I worked hard to make my
Yeah.
profit.
Well, it is like I'm saying, a long term thing. Then of course it's unfair. It's unfair, of course. You know,
I
it's
worked
of
hard
course
to make
unfair.
my
It's not acceptable. But
profit.
I was just thinking of a storm and short term, and I look at the I didn't look long enough on the video. I guess
I went out there.
to really I was just basing my answer on an individual who had children and who was in the hotel because of emergency reasons. That's what I was
Out
addressing.
there.
And
I
and
bust.
so
Go ahead, Darespecta.
some family
Mm,
member is not gonna help anymore. Cause they help and you burn your bridges behind you.
that's it.
Bite the hand that
I
feeds
know
you.
some people that's going on with right now. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
that's
understand. Yeah, I get it. I hear you, lady.
yeah. I understand people get into situations,
Mhm.
but if you're in an establishment and you're not paying, if you're paying your money, well, people not gonna just put you out on the street like that. And I'm quite sure that a lot of these hotels give persons chances. I know of people who've gotten chance. I'm gonna bring you the money tomorrow. Just give me one more night. I'm gonna and they've been granted that. So if there's an
Mm.
eviction proceeding that's going on there, to tell that should tell alone that this person was abusive in the manner. All right. And it's the same that's going on with a lot of these squatters that are sitting in these people home. Get up and go flip burgers. Go do what you need to do to provide for yourself, provide for your family. My mom used to do all three shifts to provide. My dad used to go and do all two shifts to provide. We have to get that mentality that we need to go out there and do what we need to do besides selling ourselves to survive.
And she could have wrote a sign because she's at a hotel. Wrote a sign and just say pum pum for sale.
I'm even talking about the people. All of these people that came in front because they wrote about it, and the commissioner gathered all these people around to discuss. I mean, to stand up there and to protest. Why didn't all of you people throw some money in a cup and pay for their hotel money for the night?
Mm.
Politics.
There's, I've honestly done that. I've honestly, as a person who didn't even know another person, I've honestly given money for someone to spend a night in a hotel. So the time you're standing in front of this hotel, the bunch of you standing in front, over 10, 15 of you are standing in front protesting, then you all should have jumped up the money and paid the hotel.
And it was only that one family they did it to, lady, or it's something that they do all the time.
From what I read, it's that one family that it was a protest for. And if they chose to do it all the time, that's their prerogative. That's their
Mm.
business. Go find somewhere else. Go find another hotel that would love to accommodate. I'm sorry. You know, we always giving excuses for all who don't want to work. This man is sitting there not working. It's not like he couldn't work. He can work. I understand disabled situation. I work with the disabled. I understand emergency situations. All right, because I'm affiliated with people who have emergency situations. But when you're sitting there and you're doing absolutely nothing to uplift yourself, why must I continue to have you to stay there? That makes no sense. I'm contributing to the effort. All right. So anyway, it was supposed to be a quick touch and go, and we end up staying on it a little too long.
Well, it's important because there's a lot of people that's doing that, that's infringing on other people, for whatever reason, So it is an important topic, um, and you can look at it in different perspective, in different ways. So
Yeah, you can.
it's a good thing. It's a good topic to introduce to us, and to
And
discuss.
that is the reason why I say I have to be on the fence because yeah, I'm all for helping. I'm all
Yeah,
for giving persons a chance. And then I'm all for as well as your livelihood and you
uh,
trying to fight and to get all that you can to keep this livelihood and to keep it going, you know.
yeah.
So I'm on the fence because I have to look at both sides, being a humanitarian and also being a business owner.
Yeah,
So I have to
yeah.
look at the both ends. All right. All right. So Mama Acid texted and said her phone system is down, that she only have using her data, so she's not gonna be able to call in. But she texted me with something about somebody shooting and then killing themselves up at Stone Mountain Park. Um, yeah. So incoming cabinet. What we know about that? You know much about
Well,
that and not being confirmed, because that was one of her topics that she wanted to present.
okay. Well, I was looking up a couple of things on that, and what is happening is that some of I think the whole thing is the time period and the type of people that Trump is picking to be in power with him, to be in his cabinet. And a lot of these cabinet members, they had records, unscrupulous records, um, whether it be child abuse, um, dipping from the pot, whatever it is. So these people need to be investigated. And normally, when presidents go in, it's not too much investigating. They had already done it, or they have report on what these people used to do. But for some reason, the people that the incoming president picked, they are people that was not investigated, but yet still there are things coming up about them in the past that they have done, and maybe they were paid off, the person was paid off or what have you. So it is at the point where these people have to be investigated before they go into office. So it's only 2 weeks before Trump is sworn in. So will this be possible for him to have his cabinet intact for him to be sworn in? Um, it's a lot of stuff behind that and how they're gonna accomplish this task. So, Mama Astrid was to bring the topic and she would have been able to touch more light on it. But from what I've gotten from it is that a lot of Trump's picks for office, they are they need to be investigated because there are things coming up that is not ethical for a person in in those roles.
Okay, they're gonna go through. They're gonna go through anyway. My belief is that they're going through anyway because Trump wants them, so he's going to get them. And the Democrats don't have much. They don't have a leg to stand on because they're not the majority. So Trump is not worried about no one being confirmed or not being confirmed.
You know, and the thing is, Trump has a lot of little cards he's playing on the side. You know, he
Yeah,
have a whole lot of card that he's playing on the side, and he knows exactly what he's doing. Even with the situation with the Israel and the Mac and the peace talks,
yeah.
that this thing was done in May, and yet still, you know, that's why I tell you, it's more than the politicians that are controlling these countries. There are people who are controlling these countries and putting certain things out and making people do certain things, because this thing was done from May. This peace talk was done since May, okay? But yet still they're making it seem like it's because of Trump and his threats and what have you, why they're now Ahmad and Israel is now deciding, okay, we're gonna sign the papers. Okay? It's a lot of smoke screen that is being thrown out there. I also um where they're talking about him and China. You know, it's a lot of stuff that is hidden. You know what I mean? A lot of things being played behind closed door that they're not divulging to the public. But if you read between the lines and you do your research, you can see that there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, and a lot of things are being planned for 225 that we don't even know about.
Oh yeah. They're
Okay, and we're gonna be surprised because I was watching a little news clip right before we went on, and they were talking about the border and what is going on with the border. But all of this was planned. All of this was planned, and that mass deportation that is coming up, he
and
just waiting to be sworn in because. And that's billions of dollars that's gonna be spent because they have to strategize. They got to know what all of this, you know, it's planned.
well, we just gotta
That's
get
not
ready.
fake.
We just gotta get ready. Who's not ready? I don't know what they're waiting for, but Darespecta.
President Trump is a genius. What he's
Mm,
doing,
Uh-huh.
he's bringing some people to the front line who should have been arrested and locked away years ago. Thanks to the
mhm.
FBI, who have not done their job, and the United States Governor General. So what he's doing is exposing all these criminals.
Yeah.
Like what happened in his first term. So he's a genius. These people who know that they commit crimes, but yet they're coming out, want to be a part of his party, knowing they have crimes, and now it's been exposed to the world. You know what he's
So
doing.
you think Trump have power to do all of this, the respecter?
All he's doing is drawing them out so that the Senate and the oversight can look at them, question them, and line them up for the FBI to do their job.
Yeah, right.
But those people need to be locked away.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would
breaking
love
somebody,
But
breaking somebody.
he have to have
Break,
an office before he going. He have to have these people in line in place before he's sworn in. He have to have a cabinet.
who don't know that?
That's what I'm saying. What's gonna happen? What, you know?
He's
He have 2 weeks.
he's
Are they
prepping.
just gonna throw people in?
He's prepping the criminals who
uh,
he
Hmm.
know that should be in prison, and he's lining them up with the FBI. He already know who his party gonna be.
Okay. Well, you have a lot of confidence. So I'm hoping that all of this
Wait and see.
confidence. I'm just that's exact. That's the only thing that we can do is wait and see. I think that's the only thing that we can do is to wait and to see what happens with Trump in the cabinet. Caller,
Yes, I
oh, we
have
are on the
5
line.
minutes. I have only 5 minutes of data left.
Well,
You're
maybe
full of it.
is she full of it? Let's
Yeah.
see what you putting in. What you putting in 5 minutes? 5 minutes, quick.
Okay, so I want to do this right quick because, like I say, my phone might shut off at any point.
Okay.
I've been having my phone on a rotation in order to try to get Wi-Fi signal
What
from
you
any
tell us? What
open
you
source
talking
in
about
my
again?
area because our Wi-Fi is down, and this was down intentionally. This is going to be happening all over the place. Y'all better get ready for it
Uh-huh.
because there are
Say
just
that. Mhm.
major
Yeah.
outages all over the entire, I would say all over the United States because
Four
I've talked to
minutes.
some other people who are going through the same thing.
Uh-huh.
It's not any particular phone carrier. It is service on satellite. And let me explain that Skylink is a part of what is happening.
4 minutes.
All of our Wi-Fi comes off of one very large pipeline called May East and May West. It runs through a central center in Denver. In Denver, they convert that signal to east and west, which means that they split the traffic to allow us to be able to have faster access. Right now, I don't know where my access is coming from because I have an app on my phone that won't work. As well, none of the Wi Fi in my house is working. None of our alarms are working. And I've talked to other neighbors and asked them as well, which is something I normally would not do is go outside on a cold day like this, especially to go and talk to other people or to go and knock on their doors. But I felt it was imperative for the safety of understanding what was going on. So forgive me for throwing this horseshoe in the middle of your conversation, but this goes right back to exactly what the conversation about what is happening with the election. What is happening is Elon Musk is interfering in internet traffic the same way he did when the votes were being collected all over the United States. All of our traffic is being diverted through Skylink. I don't know this to be a fact, but I suppose it because I am doing a little follow up to try to trace my path. Now, next week, hopefully, if my internet is restored, I'll be able to explain what happened more clearly. But I just want you all to know that right now, everyone who has internet, who has Wi Fi, we are all connected together by one simple click of the key. Just like they shut the internet down in China or anywhere in Africa that they want to when they want to, like they shut it down in Israel and in Gaza, and we've seen that. They shutting the internet down. They are shutting the internet down in different areas in the United States to test it. They're testing it in Michigan because we are the closest link to Canada.
Hmm.
I got one more thing to say, then I'm gonna get one more phone call made before my internet goes out again. I
Hmm.
need everybody to understand that what's happening right now is a test for a major security situation that is developing. Whether we're talking about it or not, we all know that it's going on. And what is happening is that Trump is setting the United States up to declare martial law on the day that he takes over control of the White House.
Mhm.
You can
That's
question it, you can
that's
doubt it, whatever. We're gonna see. That's
that's a
all I got to
serious
say is we're
accusation.
gonna see. And I'm
Mama
really
Acid.
sorry I don't have more time to be able to spend with y'all tonight.
Yeah,
But
that's a serious
this is not my
accusation,
fault.
man.
It's not your fault. It's not any of our fault. We're just all caught in a pickle right now.
No,
Don't worry, Mama Acid.
Mhm.
Trust me,
I
my
told you, listen, there.
waiting
all
on this
right.
to
I've
be.
been watching some of these podcasts, and I'm telling you, these people, the things these people are talking about. I said there's hell to come, and I know I have God in me, and I just ask Him just for protection and just keep me going and my family. I'm serious, and friends and neighbors, you know.
Just keep it
But this
going.
Get
man has an agenda, and I don't think it's just him. I think it's like I said, rich. You know, you have the pharmaceutical companies, you have the bank, you have all these industries that works together because they have the money.
Well,
Yes,
listen,
it's the oligarchy.
Biden.
But now listen, get your food, get your water, make sure you got enough ammunition for every one of your protection devices, and please make sure you keep your car with petrol in it and that you're ready to move out at any point. Have all your documents in one place that if you need to grab everything, you can do it all at one time on your way out the door. Have a plan with all the people in your family. Make sure everybody has a copy of it so everybody knows where to meet. Everybody knows what everybody else's cell phone numbers are. And make sure you buy some burners. I'm waiting on some things to come in the mail right now. And when they come, I'll make sure that I let you all know. But one thing, if you've got a separate $500 you can sacrifice, buy a satellite phone right now and get yourself a solar setup. That's the best I can do. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Be safe, my
Arrivederci.
people.
Arrivederci.
Peace out. This.
Listen,
Listen,
um,
listen.
I don't want everything to be a scare tactic.
No, no, listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
20 on the 20th, yes, the whole world is going to be amazed because what the enemy may be planning for that day and after is going to backfire
Won't manifest.
because
That's right. In the name of
there is a real creator who is just as fed up as we are. Martin Luther King is being disrespected.
Jesus.
All the freedom fighters that fought alongside with him is being disrespected. All of our ancestors. So that day, the 20th, 2025, is designed for one thing for them, but a greater thing for us. I promise you all will see the wrath of God on that day and after,
Mhm,
because enough is now.
mhm, mhm.
Well, myself, I've been preaching to be prepared for just life itself
Years.
for years. Um, and I don't think I need to say to do a panic or a scare tactic or everyone have to rush around and it's always great to be prepared. It's always great to have your water. I've been preaching that for years, as Queen stated. It's always important to have your emergency supplies,
Mhm,
your flashlights and your water
mhm.
flashlights and
The batteries, all of that.
all of these things. It's always good to be prepared. Where you gonna run to, I don't know because you just have
I
to see
told I
things.
told you about the big caves. I told you about those big caves that I know of, right? I'll
Where,
share it with y'all.
Jamaica, we gonna get on play that. Listen, everyone just needs to be mindful and prepared in your home. Period.
Hmm.
You know, um, uh, but just be aware of your surroundings all the time, not just this time. You
Yeah.
know, um, and some things, like I have a generator. Yeah, I make sure I have my generator. I make sure that um, when my lights go out, it's only maybe two of us in the neighborhood that their entire house is lit up. You know, so things like that. I've always encouraged listeners to make sure that they do for their homes, for homeowners, um, for persons in apartments. They have small little generators that you can use, although the carbon monoxide is not good for you to use it in your home. But if you have in New York, I know a lot of persons have the the fire escape and stuff like that. Maybe you could put it there. But just always be prepared. Have your water. You know, it's 4 gallon per person. That will last you maybe 4 days. So it's like a gallon a day for each person. So um, a lot of us Caribbean folks have barrels. You know, put some fill up those barrels with water, and just get those little chlorine tabs that you can drop in those water to purify it and get it where you can drink it. So it's nothing about scare tactics. It's what you should have already. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and if you've been listening to Reasoning Thursdays for almost the last 18 years, then you should know that these are things that I've always preached for you to have. And technology has changed a lot of things. For batteries, we have water batteries where you don't. I mean, flashlights. You have water flashlights that literally work on water. Next week,
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring it
The
down.
the
And
solar flashlight too. They have
solar,
solar
solar
flashlights. Yeah.
flashlights, solar lights.
Solar stove, solar everything.
There's a lot of ways that we all can make sure that we're prepared for whatever, if anything, even if God make his wrath like the respecter says, not much where we can hide, but we can hopefully survive as long as we can survive. If there's any surviving going to be necessary. So, and I think that we're giving these Elon Musk and these Trumps too much credit. But yet it's always good to be safe. Even in Biden's speech, he pointed out a couple of things, that persons are to be mindful of with the internet and all of these things. And there was a
Mm-hmm.
the owner of WhatsApp or something said that, yeah, the government does
Mm-hmm.
have access to WhatsApp. So
But
also mindful of what y'all discussing on those social medias.
and it's a good thing because what happened too, Biden made some um executive decisions he
Yeah,
made that will only where certain things Trump will not be able to do, you know. So that's a good thing too. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And again, like lady said, we just have to have faith and just keep going. What will be, will be. You know, you just have to just pray up and be mindful of
that's
what's
it.
going on and be prepared. And that's it,
Yeah,
really.
that's it. It's um,
Yeah.
I don't want
Mm-hmm.
it to feel like a scare tactic thing or
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
them neck tomorrow. But just take your time and get your supplies, get your stuff together. And that's just for every day because we can see climate change. We can see a lot of things that are happening even with the weather. Georgia here from 2014, we haven't had a heavy snow like
Mm.
what we've encountered. And they're now saying again, possibly next week there might be snow again. So
Again.
snow in Georgia 2 months straight. That's just um in the same month. That's just unheard of for Georgia. So a lot
Mm.
of things and life changes every day. Every day there's something new. Every day you learn something new. Who don't learn is because they don't want to.
Mm.
But you learn something new every day. You just apply it the
Yeah.
right way that you need to apply it. The respecter?
We just have to recognize who are covered under God's umbrella and know that read the signs. If snow comes, if it's just a little bit, read it as a sign. Stay at your yard.
Yeah. Can I
Drink
hear
your
you?
coffee and tea and just relax.
Yeah. Chill out.
Yeah,
Party in your house.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. While you got
Well,
the
we
fire.
don't know when.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Queen. You were saying something?
No, I was just saying that, Mike Welsh, Welsh and they're unpredictable, and Marco Robbie, they're unpredictable people. So we don't know what will happen. Mark had said they're pals, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's watch and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's all we can do anyway. So
Life is
that's
like
it.
a box of chocolate. You don't
Yeah,
know what you're gonna get out of it. So
out
you
of it.
have to be prepared. Huh?
Just
All right.
just keep
The
that
fire,
safe.
we're gonna touch the fire a little bit in LA and what
Mm.
is being said about that. And then we got Jamaica jackets. We've gone back to this Jamaica jackets all again.
Bum bum.
All again with these jackets in Jamaica and like Jamaica. Let's touch the fire real quick.
You gonna touch Obama? No,
No, we ain't
No,
going to do all
no.
that.
no.
Well, the fire, it seems, persons are saying that it's a conspiracy to hide a lot of wrongdoing with a lot of the celebrity and having and everything is tying into the Diddy. It's alleged that it's tying into the P Diddy situation and persons such as Cat Williams and what's her name has been for quite some time been um, telling the listening the public that these are things that were or will occur to hide evidence and stuff like that. So my condolences, my prayers. I don't like, I always hate to say condolences, but my prayers to the families that lost a loved one, lost life through all of this situation.
But lady,
Yeah,
that's a lot of destruction of human lives and human property just to destroy some papers, documents for one individual.
but it's not one. But you see, there you go. It's not one individuals. You have
Again,
lots
yeah,
of
it's true.
persons in power or up
Hmm.
elites
Yeah, up for
uh,
yeah,
in-
especially with this investigation that's going on
that's
in the
going.
cabinet members. Yeah,
So there's
hey,
a lot of that going on right now. So yeah, you know,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
trying to. It's alleged that they're trying to cover up things, and so that's what they feel, and that's what they say.
Mm.
You know,
It's
so
just the poor people I'm concerned for. You have yes, it's in Beverly Hills and most of those people are rich. But I think about the poor people. I thought about this gentleman that his leg was amputated and his son was in a wheelchair and he couldn't get out in time. They were waiting for emergency vehicles, but no one came in time, so both of them died in the fire. Not just that, but there are people that were living, they're living from paycheck to paycheck, and now they have no homes, nowhere to go, nothing. They're just depending now on FEMA, the government, to assist them because now I'm hearing too that some of the insurance they're not paying out.
it was alleged that a lot of the insurance was canceled even
Yeah,
before.
that's what I'm saying. Uh huh.
Why they were saying it's some type of conspiracy um, that's um, that's going on. To persons who was on Instagram, I think I've gotten back because I got some reports that Instagram is off. I think I reconnected you all, so I'm hoping that's what happened here. But yeah, they were right there. They were saying some conspiracy theory that's going on with all of that, Queen.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I
because what
trying
happened is,
to fix
well,
this.
they're saying the government is saying that anybody who is abusing, those things, even the price gouging, the insurance fraud, all of those things, they will address it. But I'm saying is that so many people, it's millions of people it's affecting, sis. I said, Lord of mercy, how they gonna get through that in time for people to have somewhere to lay their eggs?
Yeah, I mean,
You
Remember,
know? And yeah. And when I answered earlier, those were the things that was in my mind. But go ahead, the respect. I'm sorry.
remember a few years ago when we talk about it, and I think that the government has something to do with it, and also the developing companies. We know that government don't like to spend money. They have a plan for all the areas that's been burned for years now, but they're not going to spend any money to go through cutting down trees and do all that cost billions of dollars. So this is the quickest way to get those land prepared and ready to put up $1 million homes and other things. So it's not an accident that these things, wildfire, keep occurring. It's intentional done. Each one is intentionally done, and they don't care what lives.
yeah, it's things that makes you go, because all of a sudden there's no water in the reservoir. There,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
there was,
Hydrant. Yeah, the hydrants.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's no water.
And
There,
the reservoir closed down for repair.
yeah, they have it saying
That's
that so many persons were being seen lighting fires. You know, um,
Intentional.
yeah, it's a lot of
what.
stuff that went on. The budget cuts. How could they do a
Mm-hmm.
budget cut on
Mm-hmm.
fire protection? Wildfire with the history of California
Mm-hmm.
having so much fire. Instead of cutting the budget, I feel that they should have increased it. So there's questions that needs to be answered. Whom was supposed to be there was not there. It's just a lot of ins- you know
Red taping. Red tape.
that's going on with this entire fire thing. A lot of persons, I think they said 24 persons lost their lives.
Yeah, already. And that's what they're reporting, and some of them still missing. There are people still missing,
Yeah,
unaccounted for.
yeah. Want to say,
Um,
it's a sad thing. So definitely sending our praise and condolences once again
yeah.
to the families
And
and
they were showing you what
you
a
know,
big task it is because
yeah,
they said they have to go from house, home to home, building structure to structure from to check. Can you imagine?
and persons that lost their homes. You know,
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
it's something. It is a heck of a thing to feel
yeah.
displaced. For all the stars and all of them
Mhm.
who can afford to go to hotels and who can afford to go to family and who can afford to fly out and
Yeah.
relocate easily. That's something. You know,
Mhm.
but for those who can't, as you said, you
Yeah.
all
It's
there,
sad.
those who are
Yeah.
living paycheck to paycheck and things like that. It is a sad situation.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
let's jump on over to jackets.
Mm.
Go ahead, the respecter.
Me not touch it.
Let me lean back and claps my hand on my chest.
Me not touch it.
Who's not touching it? What's up, the respecter? Go ahead, jump in, jump in.
I'm just gonna say that men make mistakes sexually, women make mistakes sexually. Pitney Bond, the wrong way, the right way. That's it.
Wait a minute, wait. Did the snow start? Wait a minute, I need to go look through the window. I
The
see.
man of relations.
Wait a,
No,
wait a,
no, the blame game goes both ways.
oh,
So
Mm.
this is a surprise.
it goes both ways. The woman take a chance with the man. The man take a chance with the woman. Child is born, and most time the child suffer, not knowing who father is, or having a father that's not the father. And even then, no one fess up to the truth. No one shows empathy, remorse. So it's been going on for forever. It ain't
Mhm.
gonna stop. Blacks do it,
They think
whites do it.
sometimes the woman them don't know.
That too.
Well,
You
what
know.
the topic's coming from, listeners, is Arvel. What's his name? I keep forgetting his last name.
But
I,
lady,
uh-huh.
the worst part about a woman being expecting a child and she have the father in her life, and that child gotta go through, like they say, water the head, meaning she's still having sex while pregnant, but it's not with her father she's having sex with. It's another man. So it's all kinds of nasty dirtiness that's out there. People don't care. They think it's a game,
Mhm.
and they keep doing it, and they laugh about it. And that's maybe why some kids born the way they're born. Messed up.
You see, the thing is that um relations now is not like it used to be years ago where it's for producing children and having a family. It's more now as pleasure than than family rearing. So what happened is that these women, they meet a guy, they like him, they lay with him. Some of them don't even wait till the next day. They lay with him that same day. Then it don't work out with them within a week. It don't work out with them, so they go to somebody else and lay with somebody else, and then they get pregnant and they don't know which of these men impregnated them, and that's real with a lot of these young girls now, because my mom used to say to us, look before you leap. But these young girls, and I can say that because I know someone that is happening right now too, and people are saying that it was a one night stand and the baby came about. But that goes on because again, women are just half of the time looking for pleasure, and some of them are not protecting themselves the way they should be protecting themselves if that's what they're looking for. So they
Don't
end
be
up being
surprised.
pregnant, and sometimes accident happens too. They might use the rubber and it breaks, and accident happens. So it's a lot of things that surrounds that, and
You'll
them
be surprised,
saying that
Queen.
this is prevalent in Jamaica. I think that's a lie, and that is
People are
sad
messing
that he would
around.
think
You
that
people
that individual would think that way, because I think it's every race that happens to in every country and every race.
You people are
So
going around the topic. The topic is, since you all are just trying to be so politically correct tonight. Okay. The topic was that 67% of Jamaican women is the number one that give jackets.
mm,
67%, it is said that 67% of Jamaican women have given jackets.
That's not accurate
And
though.
they are
I
number
don't believe that.
they
It's
are
not
Yeah.
number
accurate.
one on the spectrum, and Nigeria is number two. That's
Not
I don't
accurate.
know where you get his report from, man.
I I totally feel that it is untrue because of the fact that if you look on paternity court here in America, the amount of paternity court cases that come up that it's not yours with twins, all of that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are just based in these statistics off of Jamaicans
Immigration.
fighting for their for children to come to America and
Mm-hmm.
they are finding out that it's not their children, there's not their child or children, then that's a bias. That's a biased statistic
No, it's
Mm-hmm.
not.
because it's you. What happened to when I look at these televisions? There are so many other ethnicity and so many other countries,
Mm-hmm.
including America, that I feel that has outnumbered Jamaica. But
Yeah.
that's what he's saying. But what I didn't care for in his presentation of the entire thing, because statistically I can just say okay, whatever. But when you categorize and put all Jamaican women in one bag,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't recall, and if he did, then excuse me, but I don't recall him saying some. I recall him saying that Jamaican women are the worst women to marry, to settle down with, to be in a relationship with. That sounds like some serious hurt feelings.
Mm. Uh,
Are
somebody hurt him.
But
somebody, somebody
Somebody hurt him.
but
very badly, you know.
but
Uh-huh.
both of you are Jamaicans,
Uh-huh.
and we're gonna keep it real. Jamaican women and I should say Caribbean women, African women are too aggressive with their man.
What?
I
Are
tell
too
you, keep
aggressive.
talking.
Let
Are
it go
too
ahead.
aggressive to challenge their man on any and everything. They disrespect their
What
man
that
without
have to
knowing it.
do? Hey,
No,
hey.
seriously, seriously,
Let him
seriously,
finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
seriously. You can do the research. The man has been disrespected too much, insulted, name calling, titles given, and then when a case happens, the man gets the blame. A woman do not, Caribbean woman, African woman do not hold back against their man. They think they can fight their man and beat their man in public. They're draping their man up, low talking him. It's a whole lot of things that we are number one for. It's no joke. Jamaicans are number one for a lot of things. Ignorancy, arrogancy, dirty
Okay.
language, the worst cussing language ever. Where we treat woman, the way a man in Jamaica treat woman, maybe they do deserve the jacket. Because the truth about it is the man who turned the woman into what they are. Because of how they treat them. They just lie, and gone from one. She thinking that really, she's the only one. And that's probably why she decided that, you know what, it's probably not 7 or 2 and 3 or more. Let me go do something. Let me go do my own thing.
The, the respect that you sound like a confused.
Now I'm
Like
telling you the truth. The man,
because you
the
kind of
man,
mixed it up. But go
the
ahead.
man, the man, most man, I'm gonna say most man because my father was that way. I have lots of brothers and sisters I didn't know I have. My father, maybe his father was that way. So I know a lot of men who were that way did not give the woman any respect. Them just breed the woman and then gone be somebody else and be somebody else. And the woman find out and decide that okay, two can play that game and kill him with jacket. We're not gonna do the difference because I'm thinking so she's home taking care of home, taking care of the kids. So if the barn looking different than him, he no care, he not paying no attention. Cause I'm do what I want to do. So the man is to be blamed if that story is true. The man is to be blamed for that. They push the woman to act the way they act.
I'm gonna learn how to bring up. I was being trained on how to bring up clips on this thing here. So, but I would have loved to bring up this clip on this thing here, so we can hear it. His name is Aro Tracy. Okay.
One prominent athlete and a prominent entertainer. Two of them just discovered say them get jacket. They never call no name and they never go into no details. But apparently there's this private company where 876 DNA, apparently them in Jamaica and one of them offer services are doing DNA tests to verify, the veracity of parenthood. so, so it was an interview with I think the CEO of the company there. And my review said, watch a man. This thing is much more widespread than we all think. I think he used the percentage of 47% of all of the cases will come to him. That is almost half. And the man will come to test and jacket them get. Also, importantly, a nice little nuance to the argument when point out that most of these tests were instigated by grandmothers of the men, grandmothers, mothers, sisters, aunts, relatives of the men who tell them families say, watch out. I'm not sure that pick me up here and we're going to do some DNA test. And as a result of that, almost 50%, almost 1 in 2, almost half of the man, them, when they go to the DNA test, with the picnic when them a mind and PCR for them, 1 in 2 are the picnic them and not for them. I remember when we do the initial video, I think the figure was closer to like 1 in 3, And we say, oh, well, this alarming already. Well, more recent data shows that now is more 1 in 2. And you don't stop this up. Almost like a big coincidence now, this video with this foreign virgin now, I talk about the rate of paternity fraud amongst the various nationality then. And right on cue, he make you know, all right, listen to it.
The research found that 30% of Nigerian men are fathering children that aren't theirs. Nigerian women rank second highest on paternity fraud in the whole world. And guess who ranks number 1? Jamaican women. Jamaican women have a paternity fraud cuckoldry rate of 62%. You're more likely to get someone else's kid than your own. You're banging up.
Why do you think it's funny?
They
Why am I
think it is.
Why do you think it's a funny thing?
62% thing then. So matter how you cut and slice and dice it, people. Make me be honest about it. Can we be honest about it? Because when we do the first video, a lot of people never want to be honest about it, One prominent female influencer did tell me, say the man them fault. At the time when we bring it up to her, she said the man them fault. Why the woman them give them so much jacket. But make me be honest about it, What kind of conclusion would you draw from data like this? It's simple and straightforward right in front of our face, Jamaican woman are the wickedest, most deceitful women when it comes to relationships. If you're going to use the fact
What
that...
I'm so very ignorant.
That is my problem.
Him sound very ignorant.
Because it sounds like he has been seriously hurt.
He get 3 or 4 jacket.
It sounds like he's seriously hurt to say that Jamaica women are the wickedest.
You can never say it's all women. You can never say it's all man.
Thank you. I can't. The respecter is talking tonight.
I'm telling you, he's on our side. Finally, he's on our side.
Always been on our side. Always been.
Because earlier, you when I called you on it, you said, why Jamaica women wicked? What happened in the couple of hours, the respecter, to change?
You know when I'm joking and when I'm not.
I mean, this oral trace is ridiculous, and we addressed it. I think like maybe 2 years ago.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
think
that brother they need to find a different job.
yeah, yeah. But you know what? You know what is the worst thing is that he's on social media talking this degrading because this is just 3 minutes into a 10 minutes video, and the way that he is disgracing Jamaican women, it's horrible, and he has put them all lumped everyone in one
Category. And
Basket.
he sound
category.
like he's Jamaican too, don't he?
Yes, it's Oral Tracy. He's on I think it's one of them radio station I forgot in Jamaica, and
Let me to fire him.
he also does his private blog.
No, I'm doing one thing.
Him and Dion always get
They
together.
need to fire him because I'm not putting a good light on Jamaica as a
But him,
Jamaican.
but
But
him
how you
laugh about
fire someone for their opinion? Go ahead, and respect
him laugh about everything. Cause when he was doing board money stolen, I see him there laugh and go on.
that.
And just no, and just don't nonsense.
So when
I
you say
think he just putting a topic out there and just throwing out things.
so you said respect that we don't we shouldn't take him seriously.
Now, if you're gonna take it serious, just know say, honestly speaking, if man was who they're supposed to be to the woman,
Mhm.
'cause 9 times out of 10, the woman is ready to be serious in the relationship. But then the man just lie, cause every girl him see, every woman him see him want.
Yeah,
And things happen quick and fast. And the woman there, yeah, a clean and a cook and a prepare and all them things there. And you know say the man out there and then shall we find out the worst kind of way.
yeah.
Mm.
You know?
Hmm.
Well, Queen,
Yeah, like I said, it's
Queen,
not just Jamaican women. Every woman is capable of cheating if they so desire to cheat. And Americans the same, especially Hispanic. Hispanic the same. Hey, my girl, honey child, she said she want to go Jamaica because them Ujo man. So I mean, what there is. I mean,
The, and the
I just
reason
don't feel that it's just Jamaicans. I think it's just women general can cheat.
the one difference with Americans, black and white alike, why they not
Mm.
on that list?
we have to eat
That's
first.
what I'm
Because
saying.
the
That's what
the,
I'm
the, re-
saying.
the reason why they're not on that list is because they 1,000,000% believe in abortion.
Yeah.
And if
Mm-mm-mm.
even when they're married,
If
the husband will never know that they had abortion because that become private.
Yeah.
that's the way to think of it. Uh,
Hmm.
a
Yeah,
lot
Jamaicans don't have access to abortion as easily. Hmm.
as easily as a lot of other countries.
Yeah, yeah, thank
But I still think that it's not a fair shake to Jamaica nor Nigeria.
you.
Um,
Yeah.
no, to and then to definitely laugh about it because it's not a laughing matter; it's a serious matter.
But
With
it's but
yeah,
but the only reason why we have to accept this is because everything else in the world, if you think about it, everything in the world where ranking is concerned, Jamaica is number one. No, no, seriously.
really good. I would
Everything.
Mhm.
I would like to know who is this athlete. Most persons are saying that they think it's a sophomore um, that received the jacket. Um, but I guess it doesn't matter whom. It's sad. It is a sad situation as well that this is something that is occurring and that something like this is being highlighted on
Mm.
on the country of it and what is being said in light of it.
What some of the comments, lady? What some of the comments that was posted?
Oh, I came out of it. Let me go back in. Some of the comments that were posted. Let me go to some comments.
Um, one person says Maverick. Me a 55. I'm in a shame fit out their jacket. The 1 3 I come from U.S. Embassy. Then another one said it is disgraceful and embarrassing. That said, bear in mind that 47% of the cases proven to be paternity fraud are also based on selective sample bias, meaning that the men
Mm-hmm.
are more likely to get a test already have a strong belief the kids are not theirs and are
Mm-hmm.
likely to get tested and proven to not be the father. So it is not an accurate portrayal of the true
Mm-hmm.
scale of the problem. This is why mandatory DNA testing needs to be done. Then we will see the true scale of the tissue issue. Remember
Right.
our last I think it was last year, year before, I think it was 2 years ago, we reasoned on the same topic also with there being mandatory DNA testing and a lot of persons
Yeah, we did. We did. Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
and even I think Mama Acid had gotten a little touchy on it saying that that's
Infringement of privacy. Right.
our personal privacy and
Mm-hmm.
that. So this next person said, regardless of the context, a jacket is a jacket. Please focus on the apparent social breakdown of our
Mm-hmm.
society and stop cherry picking. Another one said, cherry picking question mark. Is critical thinking a struggle for you? Read the comments. As many as you need to until understanding comes to you. Clearly, I started off by saying it is disgraceful and embarrassing, which is a direct reference to the depravity of the practice in the society. I think an intelligent person will understand that. I also said that until mandatory DNA tests become available, we will not know just how deeply rooted this issue is. It could be even higher than 47% is another one of the comments. Then another one made a joke and said the Maury show would make a killing here. Then you
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of persons here that was agreeing with Maverick. I guess Orville Tracy calls himself Maverick. So yeah, because he does the sports. He does sports. He covers the sports stuff as well. I'm 1,000 in a percent in agreement with you, Maverick. Another one says, old time people say, you're sure of your mother, not your father, John. Well, you know that old time saying, mother's baby, father's maybe.
Baby papas, maybe.
Um,
But when in doubt, you get a test. Now it's easy for you to get a test. It's $300, I think it is, for you
yeah,
to have a DNA test. And if you go to the court through the court process, then it's free.
yeah, yeah.
So if you're in doubt, it's not, then take the jacket and keep on trucking.
The lines are open 706-955-2000.
That's right. I never wear a jacket. I always wear coats.
That's a good one. You're a joker.
This person says, this is true. He is not lying. I am one father who this happened to when my son was born. I leave Jamaica, come to the US, and file for my son at the time he was 4 years old. So you have to do DNA test. I get the phone call from immigration that my son is not mine. I went to back to Jamaica and do another test over. And it came back again, he is not mine. And this was my first child. And now he doesn't talk to his mother anymore. He said to me,
Mm-mm.
you are not my biological dad. You are the only one I know we have that father son relationship. And he is 30 years old now. So, yes, Jamaican women are that type. So another person answered and said, thank you for being there for that man because I am sure you impacted him in a way he has tried to be. Another one says, were you still able to file for him? But he didn't answer. He didn't respond back. So there's a lot of different comments,
Yeah.
Um, and another one said, if Bert says 90% of people that shop here own cars, does that mean 90% of Jamaicans own car? No,
Yeah.
because people who don't own cars are less likely to go to Bert's. Saying that to say, people who are more likely to think or be in a situation where they could have a jacket, um, or be in a situation where they could have a jacket are more likely to get a DNA test. This result
Mhm.
may not be an accurate sample of the society at large. We need a more unbiased sample pool to really come to a conclusion. Not because we hear info that might support our feelings or argument doesn't mean it is accurate. Yes, numbers can lie. Then the next person said the results are from people all across the country. Then it can be applied broadly. Pollsters use a 2,000 sample size to gauge
Mhm.
election outcomes. Another one
Mhm.
said numbers can't lie, they can't talk. However, people can misinterpret the meaning of the numbers. The data is saying if a father suspects that his child is a jacket, there is a 50% chance that he is correct.
Yeah,
Suspicion is
but you don't know that.
it does not apply to all mothers. This is a
No,
restricted
no, but you
sample
said
triggered
you
by
know.
suspicion. Most likely, if a random sample
Yeah,
of
you
mothers,
know, say,
the percentage of jackets
just put
will
something
be
on
lower.
my
And
picture.
that's what I feel as really, really as well is
Yeah.
um,
No,
you know,
no,
I don't think it's a fair
no.
assessment, and I don't feel
Yeah.
that what
Okay.
he said or he is
I call
saying
back in 2019.
about Jamaican women is a fair assessment um,
Mhm.
as well. So I really don't like the way he put it and all of these things.
Yeah.
Alrighty, caller,
Hey, good night, everyone. It's Donna.
Good night, Donna.
What's
greetings.
up, Donna?
You guys doing? Hey,
How are
Now
you?
I want to know. I want to ask you a question.
okay.
Have you have you given anybody a jacket?
I've never given a jacket. I can tell you that right now. But I mean, I have a story. I have a situation here, but I don't want. I've never myself said to a man, "This child is yours," and it's not his child. So
Exactly.
put it like
Mhm.
that. My situation is a very odd one. But no, I've never told a man, well, this is your child and it's not his child.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I can honestly say I've never done that and I've never had to do that because I sleep with one person at a time.
Me too.
You know,
Mhm.
it's to me that's very careless to sleep
Hmm.
with two men, three men. Sometimes when I watch paternity court when I have nothing to do, although I have something to do, and I watched it and some persons bring two men there to be tested, and then neither one of the men is the kid father, and then they have to bring another man and another man. There was one that I watched that she had five men, and none
Five. Yeah, I saw that.
was the
Mhm.
baby father. So those are on those cases. I think that's nastiness, that's slackness. So no, I mean that is just total nastiness to sleep with two and three and four man at one time and you don't know who your baby father is.
And
That
these women are bold to go on national TV and expose themselves like that. When later on in life, these kids might look at the video and see it and and say, "Mommy."
Queen,
it's
Queen,
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah.
Queen.
Go ahead, Doris.
Remember you were on Jerry Springer in the 80s. So don't act like you all that.
You know what in the 80s?
Queen was on Jerry Springer fighting some girl over.
Mhm.
Stop lying.
You know that's not worth answering, right, lady?
Stop lying. Stop telling story the respecter. Yes,
Mm-mm.
man, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Donnie, you said yours was a little different, or is somebody you know?
No, I'm talking about myself. Yeah, my
Oh,
situation is a very, very odd situation. So the thing is that, like I just said to you, I've never said to a man, "This child is your child," and it's not his child.
ah,
So I never gave a man a jacket.
that's right.
So that's all. I could just say that and leave it at that.
Okay.
But I have a situation that is very odd. So I can't.
So
I
did
don't
it
want to go
turn
too
out
much
not
into
to
detail.
be, since it's odd, did it turn out not to be the father?
Is that
Well, it is a thing wherein that
Or did you
it's
not
a
want to
like I
discuss it?
said, it's a situation that I will have to speak to you off the air about,
Okay, yeah, that's what
and
I was
then
saying. Okay,
then we
okay,
yeah you could get a better understanding of what I'm saying. But
okay.
like I said, me personally, I've never been pregnant by a man, and it's not his child, and I'm telling him, well, yes, this is your child.
Yeah,
Never ever.
yeah. I think
mm,
the respecter, have you ever encountered that from any woman? Come to you and tell you that it's your kid or it's not your kid?
No, I wasn't that fortunate. The first one, Nyam the Pitney. And the second one was married and I didn't know. And just passed on the child to the husband, and he didn't recognize that all I'm pitting him light skin and the last pitting is dark skin.
So if you realize that, did you step up and say, "Yo, this is,"
unclear.
and claim this kid, and because you know it's yours? I mean,
I did. I ran into the person in New York at Love People One. This was in the 80s,
uh,
and her words to me was not to pursue her, to leave her alone because she's no good for me. And I just took
Mm,
it for what it is, and I never looked back. I just let it be
mm,
yeah.
until 30 years later,
Oh,
I'm getting a message on Messenger that, XYZ and all this crap that I didn't want to have anything to do with it at that time. I just let it be.
but you knew a kid was yours and was out there, and you didn't
No, no, some
pursue
things
it.
best left alone.
really.
Mm-mm.
Yes, some things are
No,
best
it's
left
not.
alone and let
No, it's
God deal
not.
with it.
I
So,
had a situation like that a
so
couple of years back
then, Queen.
with
So
my
you
son.
so then you can sympathize with women
Mm,
giving jackets. Then that's what you're saying.
mm, mm.
Yes.
So maybe that is the point where it's a lot of men fault for real, that they know of this child and don't step up
Claiming.
and say this is my.
I was looking at a couple ways. I'm saying it's unfair to that husband if he was to find out by word of somebody else saying, okay, that's not your child, even though he should have recognized and paid attention and questioned
So
it.
what if something happened to the child, God forbid, and he need blood and all of that stuff? How would just pray on it, man. Lord
Now,
mercy.
let me ask you, Queen, how would you make sense out of me saying, okay, after I was told what I was told,
Mm-hmm.
to waste my money, my time, trying to go and fight something that's already a part of some group of people, given to somebody who's living with that woman, or that woman shouldn't have been with another man to begin with. How do I justify, even though I didn't know that she had a husband? How would I
Is the
justify
child living
that?
a good life? Is the child living all of that? Was it a good family he was with, the man
Yeah,
and the
yes,
woman?
yes, yes, it's a good family. There were kids involved,
Uh,
siblings up involved. Good family. I was young and reckless. I wasn't ready anyway,
Okay,
truthfully speaking.
okay,
okay, I
okay.
understand.
Maybe I run down DJ and just wasn't thinking of no serious relationship with nobody.
And that's how them kids
What,
come about. That's
what,
how
what,
why
I,
they can't talk about Jamaican woman. So
what I would like to think about is why, because a person have a children mean that I have to be in a relationship with the father, or the father has to be in a relationship with the mother. It, I think it should just be about the child, not being judgmental in any form of way. I'm just saying that, um, you know, to there's a lot of men out there. So you know what? This is something to think about. Why, a lot of women might just leave it at that because,
Don't want to create waves, yeah.
right, they
What
don't
the,
create waves, and then there maybe a father is not pursuing it either.
Yeah.
but
Mm.
here's one that's worse than what they're blaming the woman for. What's worse than a jacket is the same man who may say woman is this and woman is that. If you were to do a research on them, find out how many fitting them up all over town by different women while married,
Mhm.
that's a greater sin than them getting one and two jackets. Because the truth is, a lot of man, husband, Jamaica and other places, and right here, I'm interacting with several different women and I'm fitting with this one and that one and that one, and the wife don't know.
Yeah,
So no man can look down upon a woman and laugh and joke and say, oh, woman wicked, woman this way. Them worse.
yeah,
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
the thing is that some men fathering children for a long time, and not the father, but their brother or their cousins are the father of the children.
That too.
That's another thing. The child look like them, but they don't
It's
know
secret, and that's why it is hidden because it's done secretively, and at that point when the child is born, it is hard to say because then it creates strife, and some people don't want to go through all of that, so they just leave it as it is. And again, it is the child that is suffering because the child does not get to know its real biological parent. And really and truly, just pray that nothing happened to these children where they need that person's blood or what have you.
man. Well,
that.
it's a very interesting outlook on
It
how.
is, and I think we need to go further with it. We almost up,
Yeah, yeah,
time up, but we should
yeah,
bring it back up next time or later on.
yeah. So
Let's do a research on the man side of it. How many man
Hmm.
father a child while married?
yeah, we
Good.
we're gonna take it. We're gonna touch it again next week. We
Mhm.
just want to thank each and everyone for listening. The time is the 9:58. We only got what 1 minute left to go. So we just want to thank each and everyone for tuning in. Interesting topic as we just touched a little bit about the fire, and we talked about the Trumpster coming in and just being prepared and ready. And also we reasoned on squatters and persons who is staying in people homes and hotels and stuff and not paying their way. And yeah, so I mean, I just want to thank each and every one for tuning in, and also Biden. We also reasoned a little bit on Biden and a lot of what he said in regards to um, the incoming president. So we just want to thank you once again for listening in. Go over to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, get notified, share it with a friend and a family member so they can also try to get those numbers up. So we need you all to participate. Want to say big shouts once again to YouTube's radio, massive shouts for continuing to carry us to Victorious 89.1. Want to say massive shouts go out to you as well for continuing to carry us, and just massive big shouts to each and all of our listeners all around the world that is listening to us. We thank you. And we ask you all around the world to share with your friends and your family, colleagues, and let them know that, hey, I found a good station on the net. And yeah, you all need to tune in sometime. Be sure to join me Saturday for the Lady D show from 12 to 4. It's all about your news, views, interviews. We're going to start kicking off back interviews for February with some very interesting artists. So be sure to join me, Lady D, Saturdays, 12 to 4 p.m. Also, it's all about Reasoning Thursdays like you're doing right now, listening to Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursdays. And don't forget, it's the Big Bad Show, all about love. Well, it's not the Big Bad Show, the Big Love Show, all about love, nothing but love with yours truly, Lady D, Blossom, and Cool G. Let me tell you, you got your love poems, your love colors, your love numbers, your love poetry, all of these things. Last week, Sunday, if you missed it, you missed a lot. Because last week we had a caller that wrote in and wanted us to present a poem to their significant other. We read the poem and played the song that was requested. It was really, really cool. I did enjoy doing it. So be sure to join us this week. And if you want to get a message out to someone that you care about or propose or whatever it is, send that request into us at dapowerhouseradio at gmail.com. And on the subject line, just put all about love, nothing but love. Be prepared. Go get those emergency packets together, your water, your emergency food, your flashlights, your radios, and all of these things. Alrighty. Queen, you want to say Arrivederci?
Yeah, you forgot Wednesday, Lady D.
Um, Let's Gripe will be resuming. They have a situation.
O-
They'll be
Okay.
resuming in February. Yes.
Okay, okay. Well, you know what? It's been a pleasure. It always a pleasure to come on here and powwow with you guys. I look forward to it each Thursday. Continue, like Lady D said. Remember, share it with your friends and family members, and press that like button. You know, listen, it takes nothing. It's free. So please, just big us up and put those lights up for us. We appreciate you. We love you. And I'll see you next week, same time, same station, like my friend would say. See you next week.
Darespecta.
I just found out that Michael is a jacket.
Who is Michael?
There are many Michaels. Just choose one.
All right, one of them. Okay. Donna, you want to chime in?
Yeah, my usual. Everybody who's listening, tune in next week. Be there or be square. Same
Uh,
time, same
I
place.
like when you say that.
and Donna, next week, I'll tell you, we had a couple of callers that, a couple of emails in regards to your reasoning last week. And we got some insights. So I'll give you those insights off the air. So blessings upon blessings. We've got to go. Our clock saying 10:03. Love you all to the maximum. Be sure to tune in next week Thursday. But just join me Saturday and then join us again Sunday and then join us again
Mhm.
Thursday. Yeah, it's all about DA
And make
Powerhouse
sure you
Radio.
call me off the air.
Yeah, I will. DA
Okay.
Powerhouse Radio.com. Blessings upon blessings. Mwah, smooches. Check you
Night
out.
night.
Love you. Love you all.